Everybody, welcome to the Kincaid EMSI CAD 2 class. This video tutorial will be for exercise 3 metal component. You should have received a handout that looks like this, have this metal component on it, and let's read about what is required in this assignment. We need to recreate the drawing of the component below. The graphic representation of your final drawing must be exactly the same as the example below. You must include all dimensions illustrated. You must use the same point style as the one shown. So the point style is this center point right here, the plus sign. And you must use the same line types and line weights as shown in the example. In this video tutorial, we will be recreating the geometry of this metal component. In the next tutorial, in part 2, we will be adding line weights and dimensions. So in this tutorial, part 1, we will be recreating the geometry of this shape. So to kind of take a quick glance of what we're making here, we are practicing working with circles and arcs and tangents. And basically, this very complex object is composed of pretty simple, basic geometries. For example, how do we recreate this oval? Okay, we don't have an oval tool in Draftsight or AutoCAD, but I can see that this oval is composed of two circles with a horizontal line connecting each circle, and the lines in between are deleted or trimmed. And the same goes for this oval. These shapes are circles, and this weird curved bean shape, I can see it is composed of two circles because the radii are pointed out. So this circle and this circle have the same radii. And also there is seems like there's an arc connecting them from this point to this point, and from that point to that point. So we can recreate that shape. The outline of this shape seems very complex, but the person that designed this component gave us all of the dimensions. So this is a straight line, then it connects to a circle with a radius of 1.375, and then here the radius of this curve is 0.625 right here, and then the radius of this curve is 0.875, and we go around and we can reconstruct this outline. All right. So where do we start in this drawing? Where do you think we should start? Well, really, we can start anywhere, okay? Everything in this drawing is referenced to another point. This point is referenced to this point. This point is also referenced to this point. This point, this center point, right, of the circle is referenced to this point. The center of this circle is referenced to this point and this point. So really we can start anywhere. But I want to start by kind of by constructing these construction lines. Construction lines are lightweight guidelines that help us construct the geometry of the parts of the component. So this angle, this dotted angled line, is a construction line. It helps us create the right angle to place this circle right here. So I think let's start with the construction lines and slowly work our way around, okay? So let's start right here. We have this point, which is 1 inch away from this point. All right, let's do that right now. This point is 1 inch away from this point. Let's see if you can do that. So let's open up Draftsight. And the first thing I'm going to do is save my document. I'm going to save it on the desktop. I'm going to call it Lesson 3 Exercise. Okay, hit save. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change my point style. When you open the file, points are automatically tiny. So I'm going to go to Format, Point Style. I'm going to change my point to a plus size and click Absolute Units. We're going to specify how big it's going to be, and that's going to be 0.08. Okay. Let's do that. So let's place a point anywhere. Type the command point. Alright, you can see my command window. Let's see, where can I put it? Can you see the command window? I hope you can. Alright. So I'm going to hit point, enter, and I'm going to click anywhere. So there's my point. Okay? And I'm going to copy this point, copy 1 inch to the right. So how I did that was I selected the object, typed the command copy, and I'm going to do D for displacement, and I'm going to snap it to the 0 degree direction and type 1. There we go. So I got 2 points and they're 1 inch apart. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's go back to our, oops. So I lost my points. Oh, there they are. Sometimes I zoomed in too much and I can't find them. If I can't find my drawing, I go to View, Zoom, Fit. Alright, I found my drawing. Alright. So I can draw these circle, this circle, and this circle around this point. So that radius is 0.437. Okay? So 0.437, I'm going to do the circle tool, click in the center, and for radius, I'm going to type 0.437. There you go. And now I'm going to copy this. I'm going to select this circle, type the command copy, and copy it from the center point here to this point over here, right? So you have 2 circles now. So how do we make it an oval? Well, we use the line tool and we just snap to the top and bottom of the circles like this. And now we can trim the middle of the circles. So I'm going to select both these lines and type the command trim. Enter. There we go. Escape. Alright. So we also can, let's see, what else can we do? We also can do this outer circle. This outer circle has a radius of 0.750. So let's do that. Okay, I'm going to copy this over. And then I'm going to draw the lines to connect. And to redo the last command, I just hit enter again. So I'm redoing the line tool. And let's see, where am I? Okay, so I can't see where to snap to. I don't know which one's the real point. There's like 2 X's there. So I'm going to just, okay, so yeah, it's the one that has a diamond. There we go. You don't want to accidentally snap, like say you accidentally snap your line off in some random spot. Okay, you want it to be as accurate as possible, so that's why we use snaps. Now I need to move this line. Okay, there we go. Type the command trim. So there we go. I got my two ovals. What can we do next? Oops. So what we can do next is I want to recreate these kind of extension lines. They're basically like construction lines that kind of echo the point, that show the four angles of the circle. So I'm going to just draw those lines in to make our drawing exactly like what is shown. So I'm going to use the line tool. Okay, I'm going to snap to this point and draw up just a little bit outside of my second circle. Click, enter, and I'm going to click on my line segment, and I'm going to click on the bottom vertex and kind of raise it up and escape to deselect. So it's going to look like that. Okay, so now I need to make this line go all the way around. So we can use a command called array. In Draftsight, the command is pattern, but in all the other programs like AutoCAD and Rhino and Revit, the command is array. So I'm going to type in array. A-R-R-A-Y. So this window pops up. First thing we need to do is specify which object we want to array. Array means we're going to do a circular array. It just means to copy the objects around a circle. Okay, so we're going to select our line and hit enter. And we are going, for the settings, we're going to define the angle between the number of lines. So the angle between our lines is 90 degrees, and we have a total of 4. Now we need to specify where the axis point is. So we're going to click this button right here and click on this point. And to preview our drawing, we're going to click preview. So that's what we want. Alright, so I'm going to click enter to accept. So I accepted the drawing. It looks like that. Right. Now I want to copy these. I can copy these lines onto this side using a mirror command. I'm going to type mirror, M-I-R-R, and I'm going to click on the midpoint of this line and create a mirror axis, and I'm going to put my cursor up and click. And do I want to delete the original? No. So there we go. So I have my two ovals and I have my construction lines for the center point. Here's what do we want to do next. The next thing we can do is we can construct the center point for this circle all the way over here. Alright, so that center point is 5.804 inches to the right. So let's do that. 5.804. I'm going to select these guys, copy, displacement, 5.804. There we go. right? And this point for this circle right here is 2.312 inches from that. So let's recreate that, 2.312. Okay, copy displacement, 2.312. All right, there you go. What are we going to do next? All right, so the radius of this circle right here is 0.438. So let's do that. 0.438, and the radius for this circle is oh no, this is not the radius, this is the diameter. So you need to be cognizant of that. This little symbol with the circle and the slash means diameter. So this is going to be 1.125 for this inner circle. So let's do that. 1.125. So after I specify the center point, we're going to hit D enter for diameter because it's asking me for the radius, but I don't know the radius. So let's do D enter, and the dimension is 1.125. Okay, so 1.125 for the diameter. There you go. All right, what can we do next? Let's do the circle outside of that one. That diameter is 1.750. So 1.750, diameter 1.750. Here we go. All right, what can we do next? So we did these circles, we did that. Okay, now we can make this 40-degree angle. Actually, before we do the 40-degree angle, let's do this circle because that's easy. So this point is 1.875 inches above this line. So I'm going to copy the center of this circle up 1.875. Copy, copy displacement 1.875. Oops. I didn't have my direction. It didn't go in the right direction. So I'm going to copy displacement, put your cursor in the 90-degree position, and what was the dimension? 1.875. Okay, there we go. And so we move this point up here, and now we need to move it to the left, 0.75. Okay, so 0.75. Move, displacement, snap to the 180-degree angle, and I forgot the dimension, 0.75. There we go. So now it's in the right place. And let's make the two circles around that. So the two diameter, the inner one is 0.75 and the outer one is 1.625. So let's do that. Snap. Always snap to the center point, okay? So D for diameter, 0.75, And do the circle command again, snap to the point, D for diameter. I'm going to do 1.625. There we go. So we've done a lot of circles. We're almost done with creating the circles. Next, we need to make this circle up here. Okay, and that requires us to make a 40-degree angle. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's draw a line from this point out, like so. Okay, and we're going to rotate this line. We're going to first copy this line. We're going to make a copy. So we're going to type the command copy. We're going to click from this end, and we're going to click the end again. Okay, so now there's two lines on top of each other. And we're going to rotate one of them by clicking on one, typing the command rotate. And we first specify the pivot point. Okay, and the rotation angle we're going to type in 40 for 40. There you go. So now we have a 40-degree angle. But where do we put the center point exactly? Well, it's along this arc. Okay, and this indicates that the center point is at this circle, and the arc goes through the center point of that circle. So I'm going to draw a big circle from here to here. Goes through the center point of this circle. And I'm going to copy the point. Did I copy the point? I'm going to blue select all this stuff and hold shift down and deselect that. Okay, actually, like right now I'm trying to select my point. So I'm going to just zoom in and select my point. An easy way to select the point is just blue selecting like that. Okay, so I have my point selected. So now I'm also going to select the circle, copy, snap to the center point, and move it to the intersection of our 40-degree line and this circle. There you go. You know, I actually don't need all these like horizontal and vertical lines, so I'm going to delete these. I know I have one over here, and I also have one over here. I'm going to delete that. Alright, so now I have a circle, and yeah, I think I deleted my center, my point here, but that's okay. And now we need to connect these two circles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the circle tool, and we're going to snap to the intersection of this circle and the line like this. And do another one where you do center point to the outside of the circle. Okay, now we just need to trim, so I'm going to select the two big circles and my two little circles, and I'm going to type again trim, and I'm going to just start trimming. Enter. Okay, so I have something that looks like that now. So I don't need this big circle, so I can type delete. Alright, we're almost there. We're looking pretty good. I think one thing I can do is, so there's a point there and no point there. That's interesting. This line is about, it's a little ways outside of the object, so I need to make my line shorter. So let's do that. Let's make my line shorter. My line is just way too long. go. Alright, so now we can work on I think we finished everything on the inside of the drawing, of this mechanism, and now we're going to draw this outline. Okay, so when we do this outline, it's going to require a command called fillet. Fillet means that it connects two lines with a curved line. And in order to do that command, we are going to, I think it's easiest for us to just maybe copy our work and do it on a separate drawing, and then copy the outline back in. So I'm going to select everything, type the command copy, and just move it to the side. Doesn't matter where, just move it to the side. And we're going to work on the side for a little bit. Okay? So the first, this fillet right here has a radius of 1.375. So let's do that. Let's do that one. And then the circles here have a radius of 0.875. Alright, let's do those. Start from the center, the radius, 0.375. Okay, and we're going to go from our center point to 0.875. And we're going to do another one here. Alright. So now we can connect these two circles. So let's do that. We can connect those two circles by drawing a circle like this. And I think that's all we need right now. Yes. Select these two circles, trim. Okay. So yeah, these will eventually get trimmed. It doesn't actually look like that, but this edge looks pretty good. Alright, let's next draw this straight line. So this straight line is connected to this oval tangentially. So it's called a tangent. It's perpendicular to an edge of the circle. And it's also tangent to this arc over here. So let's do that. So drawing tangent lines is a little different. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it. First, we're going to click on the line segment tool, which is here. And then instead of clicking on a start point, we're going to click this button here, which is snaps to the tangent of an arc, circle, ellipse, etc. Okay, so we're going to click here, and then when we hover near this arc, a little rectangle pops up that says deferred tangent. So now wherever we move the line stays tangent to the circle. And when we specify our next point, we're going to go back to the tool matrix and click the tangent symbol again under Entity Snaps. And now we're going to snap to this circle. Once you've done that, you can hit Enter. So now we've successfully created a tangent line from this circle to this circle. Alright, next let's create a now let's connect this circle to this circle. Let's see what the dimension is for that. So there's an arc right here that connects this circle to that circle, and that radius is 0.625. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's type the command fillet, F-I-L-L-E-T. F-I-L-L-E-T, fillet. And we want to specify the radius. So under options, you can type R for radius, enter. The radius is going to be, I forgot already, 0.625. Okay, and now it's saying specify your first entity. I'm going to click this circle. For the second entity, I'm going to click this circle. And there you go. It created a perfect arc with the radius of 0.625 that connects both these two circles. Okay. All right, so looking good. We have this. Let's see, what have we done so far? Okay, yeah. So we're working our way around. We have this edge, this line, this circle, that fillet. We got this edge over here. So now we're working our way to the top. Okay. So let's see what we can do there. This fillet is 0.625 again. So let's see if we can do that. So let's do the fillet command again. F-I-L-L-E-T. And for the radius, I want to make sure it says 0.6250. That's the same radius I used last time. And now I'm going to click from here to here. And you can see that it's connected those lines with an arc with a radius of 0.625. Alright, so we're almost done with the outside. The last thing we need to do is we need to create an arc that connects this circle to this oval with a radius of 1.750. Alright, so let's do that. So I'm going to type the command fillet, F-I-L-L-E-T. And we want to change the radius R, enter, to 1.750. I'm going to click from this straight line to this circle. And there you go. So now we've created the entire exterior. And we're going to copy that exterior over to our main drawing. So right now it's in a bunch of little pieces. So if I want to bring it over, an easy way to bring it over is just to connect all the lines. Okay, so let's just make one continuous line. So in order to make one continuous line, I first need to trim a little bit. So I want to select these two lines and trim this circle. I'm going to select these two lines and trim this circle. Okay. So now we're going to start the command to join these lines together. So type the command p-edit. So it's P-E-D-I-T. It's called p-edit. P-E-D-I-T. And then hit enter. And I'm going to click on any line segment on the outline. So I'm going to click this arc right here. And it's asking me, do I want to turn this single line into a polyline? And I want to say yes. Y, enter. And now we have lots of different options. And I want to choose J for join. So J, enter. And now I can click on all the outline lines to be joined together in one single line. Alright, after I've selected everything, I hit enter. Alright, and it goes back to the option window, and I'm going to hit X for exit. I want to exit out of this command. X. So now if I click on this outer line, it's all connected, you see? So I'm going to type the command move, M-O-V-E, and I'm going to snap to this midpoint and bring it back over here. Okay? And yeah, so there you have it. This is the completed geometry of this metal component. Alright, I'd probably make this line a little longer. Oops. Oh, I can't make it longer right now. I have to scale it. I want to make this a little longer, this line. If I just click the end, the angle's going to change. So what I'm going to do is type the command scale, S-C-A-L-E. I'm going to click on what I want to scale. It says specify a base point. I'm going to click on the end of the line at the center of the circle here. I'm going to type a scale factor of 1.1. There we go. So it's a little longer. I'm going to do that with this line too. Click on it and type the command scale. Select the base point, which is the end right here. I'm going to do 1.1. There. So I made the lines a little bit longer than my component to match the original drawing. Alright, so that completes this tutorial. We've completed the geometry of this complex metal component using circles and fillets and tangent lines. And in the next tutorial, we will be adding line weights and dimensions. Alright, thank you very much.